Man accused of sparking what would become the most devastating fire in state history is set to appear in court for his arraignment. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office arrested 37-year-old Aaron Farnacci on Monday. On Saturday, a number of witnesses reported sightings of a suspicious person in the same spot where the Old Trails fire began. Farnacci is a convicted felon and spent a decade in an Arizona prison for killing his father. The Old Trails fire is one of 3 that's ravaging the city.
And today, the Spokane Complex Fire has destroyed at least 800 buildings, and officials warn that number could be revised even higher to as many as 1,100 buildings destroyed. New homeowner Matthew Kincanyon hoped the Spokane River would act as a natural barrier to protect his neighborhood. Then he saw this video on Facebook. His neighborhood burned to the ground.
If I let this dominate my heart, it's going to affect me long term in ways that I may not fully understand. But for me, I will someday find forgiveness and be able to let go of that pain and start the new life that I plan to build with my fiance and my family.
So many stories of heartbreak out of Spokane. Savannah Welch is in Spokane this morning in one of those devastated neighborhoods. So Savannah, tell us what you're seeing this morning and where are we in terms of the firefight?
Well, Jake and Mimi, this is what many people are unfortunately coming back to that have lost homes in these fires. We're in the northwest section of Spokane, which has been hit pretty hard by the Spokane Complex fires. You can see what's left of this home here behind me. The entryway just leveled. The brick here, there's a tree that you can see was just completely charred. This section, these roofing tiles as well. And over here, there's a charred pot. I mean, this whole entryway, I mean, the house in general, this is just one example of many homes here in Spokane that have been heavily impacted and neighborhoods that have been leveled, destroyed by these 3 fires. If you take a look at the neighbor's house over there, just completely charred, the chimney as well. I mean, it's really sad to see a lot of these homes. You can still smell it too. And these pieces here of debris of homes, they still also are still hot in the sense of they are still fuel that crews are monitoring because they can still ignite fires days after. So that's something crews are going to be watching for as well in the days ahead, especially as we head into this weekend with elevated fire risk heading into tomorrow and Saturday as well. But thousands of people are still evacuated this morning and homes, hundreds, have been destroyed. Some residents have been allowed to return, but still thousands are displaced as firefighters work to get these fires under control. The Old Trails fire, Autumn Lane fire, and Fairview fire continue to burn, but there's good news. So overnight now all 3 fires are at 13% containment. That's up from yesterday. The Fairview fire was only 5% contained yesterday morning. Crews also responded to a new fire yesterday afternoon. That was the Charles fire. It was quickly stopped though before it could grow. So good news there. So it's really, again, just these 3 fires that crews are continuing to monitor and contain. Meanwhile, many families here in Spokane remain evacuated. They're waiting to see whether their homes survived or to collect belongings they had to leave behind.
People who've never evacuated before, we don't know what to take. You know, really, we have no idea. And so you take what you think, and then you get out, and it's like, oh, I didn't bring this. I didn't bring... These are the same clothes I wore when I left.
This body camera video from a Spokane County firefighter shows just how intense the fire was as crews fought to save homes here. Together, the Spokane Complex fires have burned more than 10,000 acres, and while crews are making progress, they're racing against the weather with hotter, drier, and windier conditions expected tomorrow into the weekend. This morning, we have cooler weather, which is giving crews a window to make progress, but they say that window is really starting to close as temperatures are expected to rise. We're also expecting winds to shift today. Really, yesterday was kind of a transition day into a stretch of warmer and drier weather. So at the briefing yesterday morning, the incident meteorologist said tomorrow is the beginning of this stretch. So they're really trying to take advantage of these early morning hours when temperatures are cooler to be able to get containment levels further up in advance of what's expected tomorrow and this weekend. Reporting in Spokane, Savannah Welch, King 5 News.
Thank you, Savannah. So many people lost everything in those fires. So we've activated our Northwest response to help those people. You can donate by scanning that QR code on your screen. Your donation goes directly to the American Red Cross to help those affected in eastern Washington.
And to the Little Giant fire now, which is burning dangerously close to homes along Lake Chelan and producing a lot of smoke. It has some property owners like Phil Roddy keeping an eye out for his neighbors. Every day he takes his boat out on the lake to check on lakeside homes and update homeowners. Phil is dousing his own house in water every night too, hoping it will prevent any stray embers from spreading. He says even the areas with the level 3 evacuations, even if that happens, he plans to stay.
You wake up every morning thinking, oh, this is a dream. This is going to be over with, you know, and it's like you got the flu. God, am I going to be over this tomorrow, you know, and it just gives you a gut ache every dang day. You wake up and see this, it just doesn't go away.
The fire is about a mile north of 25 Mile State Park this morning. Firefighters say one of the biggest challenges is all that thick smoke, which makes it difficult to attack the fire from the air due to low visibility.
It's 5:07 right now, and as you wake up here on this Thursday morning, waking up to another day of hazy, smoky skies and warm weather, Rich.
Yeah, in fact, today is going to be maybe a couple of degrees warmer than yesterday when we were in the 80s to a few low 90s. So that's not really what we want to see. But this is the end of it here in Western Washington. The air is going to improve as we head towards tomorrow. And, well, temperatures are going to drop slowly tomorrow, but more so over the weekend. But getting the smoke out of here tomorrow will be a real asset. But first, we've got to get through Thursday. You can see looking out from over tower cam, still brightening up out there, but you can see we have that smoke haze definitely showing up there. And overall for today, first alert weather, once again, those high temperatures out there, that's giving us elevated fire risk out there because of the heat and the lowered humidities. So we'll be keeping a close watch on the fire danger and also that diminished air quality, obviously. And primary impact continues to be Snohomish County southward and then off to the east towards the Cascades, especially. Current air quality is anywhere from moderate to unhealthy for sensitive groups. Forecast air quality is for it to stay unhealthy for sensitive groups from about Snohomish County southward. Moderate elsewhere. We are going to be looking for a return of good air quality, a good part of Western Washington tomorrow. We'll have that forecast coming up next time around.